Alright, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany and I am a 3rd grade student teacher in Texas. Alright, real quick updates. My test is negative. I have a nail in my tire, so I get to go check and see if I'm able to drive my friend to school this morning because it was flat yesterday when I went to go check my tire. And today I start virtual teaching, so I will catch up with you later. Alright, hello. It is Monday, January 25th at 10:57 a.m. and I'm just hopping back on. Oh boy. Okay, so I had to get on at 7:45 in the morning to start school. And luckily, I usually have to be at school by 7, so it's nice to get on a little later. Tomorrow we have a meeting at 7 though, so that's early. And then we met at 7:45 and I think we broke at about 8:30ish or so, 8:20, 8:30, and let them do their work, and then got back together at about 8:45, I want to say, and started math until about 9:45. And I taught the math lesson. It was over area. I don't have the best internet. I'm sure I've talked about this before, especially with video calling. We're using Google Meet. So I was able to get through the lesson with almost no problems. I was dropped once. I can't share things from my side, so my teacher will have to do that, like videos and things like that. But I can share my screen, which is good because that's needed in math. She said I did really good. She said that I was very good at slowing everything down and making sure that they got each thing. They're using a method called cubes, which is a way to analyze word problems. So you circle the numbers, underline the question, box the key math words, eliminate any unimportant information, and then solve the problem. So I had them go through each step and everything, so I'll get better. I feel like I'll definitely be better in the classroom when I don't have the barrier of internet issues and having to figure out how to teach online. So I feel like when I return to the classroom in a week and a half, I will be a lot better, especially if I've been teaching this whole time. So my dad's gonna help me figure out my internet tonight, see if I can get it any better to at least a manageable state. It only needs to be there for a week and a half. I've just been doing some grading. My teacher uses a program called Seesaw, and it's just she uploads work and they do it and then I grade it. And grading is literally like you did it or you did it, pretty much. So if they didn't get something right, I'm just like, okay, we'll recheck this, send it back. And I had to start like a free trial, but it didn't ask me for any credit card information, so I'll take it. But it was like a 60-day free trial, and I'm not gonna be virtual teaching for 60 days, so I was gonna bring it up to my teacher, but I'll just do the trial. I'm gonna teach spelling today, and I might teach grammar and reading, but we'll see how that goes. I have an appointment to fix the nail in my tire at 5. I was out there this morning at 6 a.m. On my hands and knees pumping up my tire. Yesterday it got flat. It did not get flat overnight, which is great. I only had to pump it up a little bit just to keep it at a drivable state. So I'm gonna have to check that before I leave today. Hopefully it's at a good enough spot to get me 20 minutes to the tire location. It's a free repair. I just have to drop it off and wait for them to finish it. But they close at 6, so hopefully they'll get it done and I can leave. Probably need to eat lunch here soon, because I get back on at 12:05 and it's 11:02 right now. So I don't know. I have this nice long, let me see if I can show it. This nice long network cable that literally goes all the way out down the hallway and through the living room and to the router that's in the living room. So if I get a chance, I might show it. but it's crazy. It's a 50-foot long cord. But I wanted to be able to be in here so that I'm not bothering my roommate. She doesn't have to tiptoe around me while I'm in class. So, but I don't know if it's making anything better. I've not tried it with my regular Wi-Fi, but my regular Wi-Fi seems to be a lot slower, just according to the Google speed test I did. So maybe it's best that I'm using just a network cable. My dad gave me some troubleshooting things, but I might just wait and try those things, like do a meet with him tonight and just try those things with him, so I'm not like testing it out on the actual school day. I finally met my supervisor. I've had him as a professor before, and I have a meeting on Wednesday with him. Tomorrow. Oh wait, I have one tomorrow. No, I have one Wednesday. I have one Wednesday with him tomorrow. I have a meeting with him on Wednesday just to discuss everything. So yeah, hopefully he'll be a good match for my supervisor, but I can be hopeful. I'm lucky that I'm virtual because none of those times would have worked for my normal schedule if I was in school. So I don't know what I'm gonna do about that, because we do have to have multiple meetings. I need to do some homework tonight, so it's gonna be work all day. Fun. Yeah, I'm probably gonna try to wait till 11:30 to eat, just so that like I don't, because like kids aren't allowed to snack, so I'm not gonna snack. Even though I usually snack throughout the day. I snack, at planning time and when they're at recess and things like that. But we don't get that. We'll be on from like 1:30 to 3:30, I think. I need to double check that schedule because that is a long time. I did get access to the lesson plans though, but obviously I'm not used to their format, so I kind of have to work extra hard to figure out what it's saying. But I don't have any access to the 1:30 to 3. Okay, my bad. So I don't know what. I don't know if we're ending the day at 3 or if we're ending the day at 3:30. 3 would work out really well because I need to go pick up my friend, especially today, because I need to get to the city that the tire place is in 20 minutes away by 5 and beating traffic. So that would work out real well. But I don't know, today is just a whatever day. But it looks like we have a break from 12:50 to 1:30, which is good. I don't know. I hope that I can just get used to this for a week and a half, and then I'll be back in the classroom. But I'll be back without my teacher for a week, so this is an interesting time, but I will get through it. I will make it. I'll be fine. Anyway, I'm going to catch up with you later today. Alright, it is 11:47 at night, and I'm about to get into bed. Oh boy. So I got to Discount Tire, and I walked in, and I was like, okay, well, I have an appointment, give him all my information. He's like, okay, sit in your car, and someone will be out to be with you. Okay, goes in my car. And then the guy comes out, and he's like, okay, what's wrong? And I tell him, and so then he does a check of the car, and he's like, okay, so actually the tread on your tires is too low, so we cannot service you unless you buy new tires. And I'm like, no. Like, I was like, and he's like, and I'm like, okay, I'm just going along with it. And he's like, do you want the same tires? I'm like, yeah. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go check if I have these in stock. I'm like, okay. Well, he's gonna call my dad. And I tell him, and he's like, okay, well, is he sure? Like, that's really weird. Like, we have road hazard coverage when we bought the tires. So, like, it should be free to do the nail. And, like, the tread is fine. And so then my dad's like, okay, yeah, sure, just get the tires. Like, you know, or he like comes back and he's like, okay, you know, they're gonna be $369, I believe. And I'm like, okay, well, can you give me a minute? And he's like, yeah. So I talked to my dad, and my dad's like, okay, yeah, get him. And I'm like, don't want to, but okay. And so I'm just waiting for this guy to come out, and I text my boyfriend because he's a mechanic. And I tell him, and he's like, what? No, that's no. Because, like, he's seen my tread recently, and he's like, no, your tires don't need to be replaced. The tread is fine. They're legal. Da, 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 da. Just going off. And, you know, the guy was like, oh yeah, the, like, employee was like, oh yeah, you know, there's some bald spots in the inside tread. And I show my boyfriend, and he's like, nope, this means right here that, like, this is fine. And, like, he used to be a certified state inspector for vehicles, so, like, he knows the law, and he knows how to check a tread just by looking at it or with his thumb. And I'm like, you know what, no, I don't feel like arguing with this guy. My dad made some pretty good points where he did. So this is the second nail I've gotten in the last month or two. Not by my fault, by the way. It just, I find nails. A couple years ago, my dad's tire blew out on the highway because there was a nail in it. And so my dad did not want that to happen to me. And then also, my tire was just not holding air anymore. And so there needed to be some kind of fix. And, you know, I could have bought, like, a patch, but, like, then I'd have to do it on my own. And I'm not about that. This is why I called the two men in my life to handle this tire situation. And so, you know, it really wasn't drivable anymore. My first nail, I feel like I noticed it pretty quickly. I don't know how long this recent one has been in. But, my tire was fine. It was holding air. So, but this one is losing air quickly. So, also, I don't have a spare tire. So, if something happens, whoops, I literally can't do anything. And the employee was like, you know, all I can do for you if you don't get new tires is put on a spare for you, but your spare is temporary. And I'm like, okay. And then also my next inspection is in August. And I don't know exactly what they, like, how they measure it, but it's, like, very close to being at the minimum. Obviously too close for Discount Tire to do anything. So, these tires probably have to be replaced before the next inspection. So, these tires lasted 3 years. My dad said he got new ones my freshman year of college. So they lasted about 3 years, maybe closer to 4. Just depends. So, you know, we were gonna have to make that purchase anyway. I was already there. If I had just, you know, either demanded that they fix my tire or just drove away, I would have had to go back at a later point to some shop, some Discount Tire, and get new tires. In the next couple months anyway. So, it gives my dad peace of mind, gives me peace of mind. It's over, it's done with, I have new tires. So, that was that. And then, you know, it took them once I got my key, it took them 5 minutes to bring it into the garage. And then it only took 15 minutes to do. Because I told the guy, I'm like, look, if I agree to get new tires, will I be able to get it done today? Because they closed at 6 and it was already 5. And my appointment was at 5. And I had spent 20 minutes arguing with this guy. So, he's like, oh yeah, you had an appointment, so you're gonna get in and you're gonna get out. Like, you will get done today. I'm like, good, because I drove myself and I don't have anyone to come pick me up. And so he's like, it'll take 45 minutes. Took 15. So, got my car, went to Bush's Chicken, if you've never heard of that place. It's just a fried chicken place. And I've been craving it for a while, but it wasn't as good as I remember it being when last time I had it. So, I may not go back. It's also so inconvenient. It's in another city. So, but I just did not have a great time there. So, I don't know. I went to the store and got some, basically just essentials. So I got things, I got some vegetables, got some fruit, and got some milk, and some soda, because those are what I was low on. And I don't feel like I need to do a big shopping trip until next week when I start taking lunches again, because I need to stock up on lunch stuff. I did about half, so I did the homework I'm going to do tonight. Again, I'm still catching up on all the readings, and I did about half of typing up my notes. I typed up 2 chapters, and there's like 4 chapters left. That's not half, but it's fine. So, yeah, I'm gonna head to bed now because it's 11:55 and I have a meeting at 7 a.m. And so I have to drive my friends to school way before that. So I will catch up with you in the morning. I didn't really check in today. Not a lot happened. I had to wake up early to go virtually to a 3rd grade level meeting. So it was just me, my teacher, the 2 other 3rd grade teachers, and the principal. Just talking about what they're doing for this week and next week and things like that. I feel like if we were not quarantined, we would be doing that in person, but whatever. It was at like 7 a.m. and I'm like, so I had to leave here by like 6:20, and I got back here by like 6:50 and had to quickly, I put on just like eyeliner and like redid my hair and then logged on at like 6:59. But I put my alarm clock all the way at the edge because I was scared of oversleeping. And so this way I literally have to get out of bed. So hopefully this will train me to wake up better. We'll see how that goes. Especially because I'm getting to bed late tonight. But yeah, so after that meeting, it only lasted till, it was only supposed to last till 7:30, but I think it only went till 7:20. And then got on at 7:45 with class. And then we got on again at like 8:50, 8:45, something like that. Did math. I just watched her do math because that we originally planned her do math, me do English, and also I don't know. She was teaching the box method and the turtle method, and I don't know those methods, so I wouldn't really have been much help. I would just been winging it. And so yeah. I was watching. My internet has been bad all day. And then around lunchtime, I called the district and they transferred me to the office lady at my school, like at my elementary school. And then they transferred me to librarian at that school, so I can get a hotspot. So I now have a hotspot that so far seems to be working pretty well. So hopefully it works well tomorrow with, I haven't tried like being on an actual Google Meet. Like I used it for the after school staff meeting, but my camera was off the whole time. So that's that. I taught a little bit of English. I taught homophones and homographs. I think I did poorly, but I was just following the lesson plan. So and then taught helping verbs, which are like, if it's he, she, it's certain verbs and things like that. I forget what the verbs were, but it's like she is or she was. But if it's they were, they are. So kind of thing like that. And then we got to cause and effect, and I can't share audio, or I can't share, I can't share like videos and things like that. maybe this will change, I don't know, but so I had her share the movie clips, and then she discussed cause and effect with them, and then she's like, okay, do you want to do the book connection? And I'm like, and like it's on the recording, and I'm like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to do with the book, because I wasn't sure. I cannot read her lesson plans that well, and she's the one who creates the English lesson plans. So she's like, okay, that's fine, and she took over, and I'm like, okay, good, especially because my internet was so bad. So I think I felt more exhausted just because I was battling the internet with everything else. And then I realized, so I went to the school, picked up the hotspot, then came back here for the meeting at 4 because we ended early at like 2:45-ish. I realized that, so I used to have a nickname that I kind of used when I was starting to create accounts and things like that, and like create and like not put my real name out there, like when I was in middle school. And my dad always called me Tifa Bear. And I realized my Google account that I never use, I literally only use it for my personal YouTube account. Yeah, it's not good. It has been my name on every Google Meet I've done with the students, with my teacher, with the principal, with all the other third grade teachers in the district. So I finally changed my picture because it's a picture of me meeting one of my favorite bands. And I'm like, so I changed just a picture of myself, a little more professional. And then I changed my name, but after I was already in the Google Meet for the meeting. So I'm stressed. It's fine. But yes, so I wanted to crawl in a hole. Meeting was fine. I was denied at first, and I'm like, hey, can you tell them to let me in? Like, they sent me the invite. I don't know. Well, because my name was Tifa Bear. I can't believe that. Oh my gosh, that hurts. And then I was like, okay, well, now I'm gonna make dinner. And I started making actually making dinner, like I had de-thawed some ground beef and I was cooking it, and I literally it's like I was making kind of hamburger helper, but it's called Velveeta helper. And it's like the Nacho Supreme kind. I highly suggest you buy that if you can find that at your local grocery store. It's just ground beef and noodles and like seasoning, Velveeta cheese, and you can put the salsa in there. I always throw the salsa away. I don't really like salsa. But yeah, I had combined the water, the meat that was already cooked, the noodles, and the seasoning, and I was bringing it to a boil, and I was mixing it all, and then my friend texted me, and she was like, I'm just gonna walk to Sonic and get dinner. And I'm like, because we both had meetings after school from 4 to 5, and mine ended a little early, so I got to do all that. And I'm like, I forgot I had to pick her up. And so I'm like, okay, do you want to pick you up from Sonic? And she's like, yes, please. I'm like, okay. And at this point, I don't think she knew that I forgot about her because it had just turned 5. And I was like, and so I like covered up the food. I turned off the stove, and then I turned on the vent, so just any steam that was escaping after when it was cooling down would get sucked up and not trigger the fire alarm. So I like rushed over there, and like she got in the car, and I'm like, I am so sorry. Like I was profusely apologizing. And she's like, no, it's fine. Like, I don't mind walking. Like if she had to walk to her apartment, she wouldn't have minded. And I'm like, I just feel so bad. I forgot about you. Like I've had such a rough day, and it just flew out of my mind. So yeah, I felt terrible. Oh goodness, I don't know. And then she's like, oh, here's some gas money for all the years you've driven me around, because I've been driving her around pretty much since our freshman year. And I'm like, no, don't give me gas money. You don't need to give me gas money. She's like, yes, I do. Any extra cash I have, I'm gonna give it to you. And it was like $4. And I'm like, okay, like you really don't have to. But yeah, so I made my dinner and then I relaxed for way too long. And then I did one of my homework assignments. I took a shower just now. I didn't want to because it was so late. I got in the shower at like almost 11:30, but like I needed to. I had gone a couple days without washing my hair, and I mean that's easy to do when I'm just sitting around here, not going to work, not going to school. No one's really seeing me. You can't really tell that my hair is. I always have it pulled into like a bun, and you can never tell that my hair is like greasy or anything when it's in that bun. So it wasn't really a concern until now. Is what it is. I don't, with how long of hair I have and how often I color my hair, I don't, sure I've explained this before, I don't wash my hair every day. And I survive, everyone around me survives, it's fine. Yeah, so I did the homework assignment that was due tonight, and then I turned in my last bit of reading from that book right there. So that book is done with. It's just gonna sit there the rest of the semester pretty much. So now I just have like a couple more reading assignments and I'm all caught up. But that may take me a while to get to, but it's fine. I think that's about that. I want to try to get up a decent time tomorrow. We'll see. I want to put a full face of makeup on tomorrow. I haven't been putting a full face of makeup on just because, you know, I'm wearing the mask at school and then I haven't had enough time while I've been at home. So I want to at least one time while I'm at home. So we'll see how that goes. I doubt the kids will notice anything or even my teacher, but you know, it's for me. So I need to ask my teacher. So she wants me to do some warm-up problems. And so just pull from the homework assignments that they've had. And I'm like, how many do you want me to do? Because I have one that I know for sure I want to do. But I think there's two that I can do. So I might ask her how much she wants me to do. And then the English work is going to be easy. I don't quite know what we should do for math because it's a very active get up and move game. And that's kind of hard to do virtually, so I need to talk with her and see what we're going to do. If she wants me to teach it or she can just teach it. Yeah, so I'm teaching a lot lately and I'm hoping I'm going to start getting better. I'm sure I won't be like fully comfortable with teaching till I get back in the classroom next week. But we talked to principal today and I think he's going to get me a sub for the first 2 days of next week, and that's phenomenal because I would like another adult in the room that's physically there because my teacher's going to be there virtually, but like I need someone physically there. I met my university supervisor. I don't know if I mentioned this. It's not who I would have chosen, but it's fine. Yeah, so I hope I can work well with him this semester, and I hope that I can get some clear feedback and, you know, fix my craft, so to say. Wow, this has been going for 13 minutes. Whoops, it's 12:30. Well, I'm going to end this here, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Good morning. It is Wednesday, January 27th at 7:15 a.m., and I am so tired. I did not wake up until like an hour ago. So I drove my friend to school, and now I need to get ready, and by get ready, I mean do my makeup and my hair, and by makeup, I mean eye makeup, because I'm not doing face makeup today, because I have exactly 30 minutes left to get on it. It usually takes me about 30 minutes with a simple eye look. So I don't want to run it that close, so that's what we're doing today. Yeah, I'm teaching the warm-up, and she's teaching math, and I'm probably teaching spelling and grammar, and let's try to see if she can take over reading, because still don't feel confident in that. Hello! Today has been a day. It is now 11:44 and I'm about to get into bed and take off my makeup and do all that jazz. I taught some warm-up problems this morning and then she did math because she had an idea for the math game online. And then I taught spelling or word study and grammar, and then she taught reading. So I might try to convince her to teach reading the rest of the week because I just do not feel confident in it yet. So, yeah. But at like 5 o'clock, it's the hardest thing to explain. I've had to explain it to two people and it really hasn't made sense. So I use Google Chrome as my main browser. And randomly, it started like pausing for 7 seconds and then letting me do whatever I want for 5 seconds. And I timed them, which is why the time intervals are so specific. But like, I'll be typing and it will let me type for 5 seconds and then it will freeze. But if I keep typing, after 7 seconds, when it unfreezes, it will load everything that I typed. Same if I'm scrolling. If I'm scrolling, it will let me scroll for 5 seconds, then it will pause. But if I keep scrolling at the end of 7 seconds, it will scroll to where I scroll down to. It's really odd. I tried everything I could think of to stop that problem. I restarted my computer. I exited the browser. I didn't like close it out with the X. I like went into like the drop down menu where the settings are and pressed exit, which kind of completely closes it out. So it's not running in the background or anything. I tried using Microsoft Edge and it was doing the same thing. I tried connecting to my Wi-Fi here at the apartment. I tried connecting to my hotspot. And I tried plugging in my Ethernet cable so that I'm directly hardwired in to the internet, not using Wi-Fi. No, those three options did not improve anything. And I was frustrated because it was taking me like 5 times longer to do anything. We have to do an action research project where we pick a child in the class and we, that is showing like behavior issues. And we research ways how to correct the behavior issues and things like that. So today we had all of our sources due from our research. It was so hard to do it. Somehow Mozilla Firefox was working. I don't know how. That's the only browser that was working, so I ended up finishing my assignment on there. But it was the weirdest thing, and I was like crying and I was so frustrated because it took me so much longer to do things than it was supposed to. And like, honestly, I could have been in bed a lot earlier. I probably could have been in bed by like 9 or 10 o'clock. But I was so frustrated that I literally had to remove myself from my computer and come over here and just watch TikToks on my bed and calm down. Because I was so at my limit and overly frustrated. And, you know, I had a hard day at school because I'm just still adjusting. And then I have all this stuff on top of me, and then computer issues. And I've been dealing with different computer issues all week. And I'm just like, why? And I called my dad because he's a tech guy and he can usually solve my tech issues for the most part. Or at least give me ideas on how I can do it. And he's like, have you installed an extension lately? And I'm like, yeah, I installed an extension yesterday that allows Google Meet to do grid view. Because Google Meet, for some reason, does not do grid view. And he's like, okay. And he was kind of asking me questions about it, but he didn't seem too suspicious. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to remove this. Because, like, we usually don't have enough students to utilize the grid view anyway. So I removed it and I closed the browser again and I opened it up and still was having problems. So I shut down my computer completely and I rebooted it. And now it's working. At least as far as I know. I haven't checked it since I opened it and like was messing around on it. But hopefully I fixed it because it was so frustrating. And also the weirdest thing is like I could watch a YouTube video and as long as I was in full screen, I didn't really notice anything was wrong until like an ad popped up because the ads took a little longer to load and a little longer to get through. Like if I wanted to like skip it or whatever. But like videos were fine. So I have no idea what was going on. Like my dad couldn't find this issue online and it's like a hard issue to describe, like I said. So I don't know, but I hope it's fixed because I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, tomorrow morning I need to look over the lesson plans for tomorrow. I looked over reading or like ELAR, and I looked over, or I need to look over math and see what math is planned for. I might offer to teach math if she doesn't have anything planned. But I am going to mention to her that I want to teach science next week. And of course, I'll be teaching on Thursday and Friday because I'll actually be physically in the classroom. But Monday through Wednesday, if I like the plan that the other teacher came up with, and I find that I can easily teach it, I would like to. I really like the solar system, and that's what they're learning, and I'm excited. So, that's that. I met with my university supervisor today. He's the one who comes in and does observations on me. I have 4. I set the dates for them too. I have 1 in February, 1 in March, and 2 in April. So, I have one coming up in 2 weeks. So, yeah. I get to do that. So that's going to be fun. He's going to come in and observe math twice, and he's going to come observe ELAR twice. Because he's like, okay, well, I want to come to the same subject twice. Just, to see my improvement. So, over, like, time. So, that's what we did. And, like, the only meeting times he had was, like, during the school day. And luckily, I'm virtual teaching, so, like, I was able to... We have a break from 9:45 to 12:05. And I was able to hop on at 10:30 with him. But, like, I can't do that when I'm in the classroom. Like, so I'm gonna have to be like, can we do this after school? Because there's no way I can make these meetings. I'd have to miss out on planning. Or I'd have to miss out on my lunch. And then recess isn't a long enough time period for me to do a meeting. So, I don't know, that's a little frustrating. But, whatever. Plus, like, I can't get on at school because I don't have access to the computer. I don't want to take over her computer, especially if I'm doing it during planning. They don't have Wi-Fi at the school, and I can't use data on my phone for Zoom. So, I don't know. We'll deal with that when we get there. This, obviously, as you can see, there's a little pumpkin. So, I have not changed this since October. And I tried to kind of like rub some of it away. It's caked on there. And I was like, I'm going to change it for January now. So, I need to change it for February. I should probably do that tomorrow. But I don't know. Luckily, I don't have daily assignments anymore, which is a relief. Now I can just catch up on the late assignments. But I turned in my last daily assignment today. And now all I have to do is gear up for these projects and make sure I stay on top of my reflections. And hopefully things will start to mesh more and I can start actually studying for my certification tests. and doing everything else I need to do. I'm in a whirlwind. This week has gone by so slow. Like, I don't understand how teachers are like, oh, this week flew by. No. Virtual teaching, slow. In-person teaching, slow. The week dragged on. I'm like, it feels like I've been going to school. Like, yesterday I was like, today's only Tuesday? Like, excuse me? I feel like I've been doing school for 5 days straight. Oh my goodness. Wow. No words. No words for how just frustrating and difficult everything is right now. And it's just gonna get worse. So, I've got a lot of mixed feelings. I've got a lot of feelings in general. But now I'm just rambling. So I'm probably going to finish the chapter of a book I started earlier. I'm going to take off my makeup. And I'm going to go to sleep. I will catch up with you guys in the morning. Hello, it is Thursday, January 28th at 7:02 a.m. and I am so extremely tired. I woke up at like 6:20. So I haven't even been awake for an hour yet, and I've already driven my friends to school. So, I have time to do makeup this morning, like face makeup, but I don't feel like it. So, that's that. I'll try to do it tomorrow. But I am just exhausted, and I'm sure you can see it in my face. I went to bed late last night, so yikes. But I'm just going to try to wake myself up and eat some breakfast and get ready and everything. So I've got like 45 minutes, so I will catch up with you later. Hello, it is now 11:53 and I'm just about to get into bed. Yeah, so today I didn't really do any teaching. I kind of assisted her here and there, but yeah, I didn't really do a lot of teaching. We had a PLC meeting today, so I have to write a paper over one PLC meeting, so like I'm gonna be real well versed in PLCs by the end of my experience. I mean, school wasn't that exciting. They have a test tomorrow, so we probably won't have our afternoon class. So I'll probably try to grade just to stretch out how long I get hours for. So that's the plan. I'm slowly chipping away at homework. I have, let's see, I think 4 assignments. Yes, I have 4 assignments left that are missing. And I have to read like a lot of chapters in those 4 assignments, but I'll get it done. I got one done tonight. I forced myself, which is why I'm still up. I would have gone to bed earlier, but I'm like, I want to get this done tonight. I want to get one assignment done a night. This weekend is a pass. Like, I don't have to if I don't have the time. I need my rest. So if I don't have the time, then I won't do it. But if I do have the time, then I'm going to do it. So I'm going to try, or at least I'm going to try to read a chapter each day. If I don't complete the assignment, at least read one chapter. Especially this weekend. Because I just need a break, because I feel like I've been sitting teaching for a month, but I'm in my 3rd week. Yikes. I don't know, today wasn't really that exciting. And there's, like, I don't know, I can't really, like, take you along. Because, at all during student teaching, because it's like, I can't just, like, this is where I'm walking. Like, no. I don't know what else to say, so I'm gonna head to bed. I will catch up with you in the morning for the last day of the vlog. Hello, it is Friday, January 29th at 11:23 p.m. and I'm just hopping on for the day. My iPod storage is almost full, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Because I don't feel like dealing with that right now, because I've got a lot of other stuff to do. So, as you can see, I finally got the motivation to put on a full face of makeup. So, lipstick obviously has worn off by now because I haven't reapplied it in a hot minute. And I've had, dinner since then. And yeah. But I got some news today. So, my teacher wanted to do a call at 7:30. And we were planning out the math lesson for the day. And then she's like, oh yeah, and I got a job offer from the state. I'll likely be leaving in March. So I get to deal with that in the next month. I'm freaking out about where I'm going to go, what I'm going to do. Will I miss any more days? Will I have to tack on days at the end? I mean, it could be as bad as going to a different school or even a different district. Could be, I don't know, simple as just staying in the same classroom with the new teacher. I don't know. I'm not telling my professor until it's final. But yeah, today was not fun. Dealing with that information. Class was fine. They had a reading test today, so I was basically done with the virtual portion at 12:45. We actually stayed on there till 1, but I mean, no one hopped on because it wasn't required. It was just there if they needed help. So, but usually we're 1:30 to 3 reading block, but they had a reading test, so, and it was all on their own, so we didn't need to hold class or anything. Yeah, and I graded, or I took a break, and then I graded, took a break, and then graded some more until about 3. So, because grades are due on Monday, so I was trying to help as much as I could. So, I don't know, like I said, it wasn't too crazy today. It was just a review for their math test on Tuesday during math. So we just kind of talked about area and perimeter and word problems. So I led that lesson. All day I've had this like lump in my throat and it's so uncomfortable. And like it gets worse and then it gets better and it just, yeah, I don't know. Oh, goodness. Anyway, I just wanted to film this real quick before I go and take off my makeup because I'm about to get in the shower and wash all my makeup off because I need a break from makeup already. So, yeah. I don't know. I'm going into the classroom on Wednesday because they come back Thursday. So I go into the classroom with my teacher on Wednesday to plan for the time that she will be still at home with her kids who need to be quarantined. They start the solar system next week, and she gave me the lesson plan, so I'm like, yes, I'm gonna teach the solar system because that's exciting. Don't really have much else to say. I have work tomorrow for the first time in 2 weeks. Because I had to miss my shift last week because of my exposure. So, but now I'm cleared to go back to work with my negative test. And so, yeah. It's gonna be a homework-filled weekend. I was supposed to be doing homework tonight, and I did not. We'll see if I get around to any homework. I'm hoping to write my reflections so I can get that out of the way, but we'll see. So yeah, I'm gonna go wipe off this makeup, and I might catch up with you later. I might not. Next time you see me might be my sign-off for the week. So I will catch up with you later. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end this weekly vlog here. So go ahead and leave a like if you liked this video. And go ahead and leave a comment and let me know what you thought. And if you want to see more videos from me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also hit the notification bell because I can already tell this is going to be a crazy semester. Have a good day.